Hello, Redemption Church. I'm Pastor Daniel Davis here, and I wanted to make you aware of a new sermon series that's coming up. We're calling this sermon series Essential because what we're trying to do is help us to align our lives with what is essential about who we are, how we're made, and what God has for us. Primarily, what we're going to be talking about during this sermon series that starts August 15th and goes through the middle of September is we're going to be talking about discipleship, about this life-changing call to follow Jesus. And we're going to be talking about some of the things that Jesus has told us to align our lives around. Because there's so many other things that would compete for what is most important. And we can live our lives following a mission, living out in such a way that doesn't ultimately matter. And we want to get back to the essentials. And so we're going to be talking about the great commandment, the greatest commandment, to love the Lord our God with all of our heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love our neighbors as ourselves. Like Jesus himself said, that's the most important thing we can set our lives about doing. The second thing is we're going to be talking about this great invitation that Jesus comes to us by his Spirit and he says, follow me. And that means to stop what we're doing and follow him, to let the invitation of being disciples of Jesus be the primary motivator for our lives. And the third thing we're going to talk about is the great truths that we get to believe. Jesus said, believe in me. We need to know who Jesus is so we can believe in him. And so we're going to be talking about how to live lives of faith and have our minds full of the truth so that we can believe the truth about Jesus and what he's done. And the last thing is we're going to be remembering the Great Commission, that Jesus has told us to go make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey all that he has commanded. And so these are so important for us. Like we have a great opportunity to live out these essential commands from Jesus. And so one of the ways we want to let the rubber meet the road during the sermon series is we're going to be creating some table talk. These are just discussion guides to talk to your family about some night during the week. Just sort of have some questions to talk through. How do we live this stuff out? We can do this. You can do these table talks in your missional community, or even just in your own quiet time where you are just honestly assessing your life in light of these essential truths. And then we're also going to be taking some surveys to really understand, as pastors, as church leaders, how you guys are doing as far as these things go. We want to know how you are so that we can love and lead you better. So we're going to be asking some questions to help better understand sort of the health of our church and how we're doing in these ways. Our hope is that through this sermon series, we feel empowered, encouraged, and equipped to go make disciples, to be disciples and to make disciples for the glory of God. So I hope to see you then.